It's interconference time for these Cavaliers as they come in as the visiting team. It's Laker basketball at the Staples Center. Beautiful day outside. We are live in downtown Los Angeles. Open your eyes. It's time for hoops on a Thursday morning. Welcome to 2K this AM. I'm Kevin Harlan. And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. And Mills. And for the Lakers, we've got Shaquille O'Neal and Mills. The league's marquee franchise players just love coming to L.A. Great market, Clark, great organization.
Well, great history, too, and not to mention the championship trophies that are part of the Laker history and tradition, and it's easy to sell that because at the end of the day, Kevin, these guys are making a lot of money, they love playing the game, but they want to win. They want to be in a winning environment, in a winning culture, and nobody's done it much better in all the sports than the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke to the Lakers head coach. He said really going to try and take advantage of our ability to block shots and protect the rim, hoping that the pressure they're able to apply in perimeter forces players to dribble drive into the paint where no easy looks are waiting for the guys.
Thanks, Doris. The defense is the early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game plan really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
And bring up the Lakers, you have to mention the history of franchises. As you go in the Staples Center, you look up in the rafters, see the championship banners, you see the great names that have worn the Laker colors, the Laker uniform over the years. I mean, it is stunning.
It is stunning, and it also inspires you. And I think it raises you to a level where you don't want to let that tradition or history down.
That's a great point. And, you know, people think that these young players don't have an appreciation for the past. I think that might fool some people. I think people... And slam dunk. Wow! Now the Sprite Slam Cam for the replay.
The way this man can flush it is one of the reasons he's so much fun to watch.
Well, does he ever show us anything less? He's so dependable.
Always on top of his game.
So it's the Lakers now. 23 seconds left in the first. The emphatic jam.
He went hard all the way right there. There's no back down in this guy. He's got one speed forward.
Oh, was that nasty?
Very.
And Cleveland has possession. Number 14. And good off the glass as he lays it in.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
On defense, the Cavaliers. And here's Kersey. Jones shoots over Mills. Jones, no luck.
We've seen him make that mid-range shot, but just not often enough.
Number 35. And the first quarter wraps up in what's been a high-scoring one. Cavaliers lead by 1.
Well, they're in attack mode now, Kevin. Every time they get the ball, they're coming right at you, looking for contact, and looking for buckets right at the 10.
And we'll be back in just a moment. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Fisher. One thing about Cleveland last year, Clark, the Cavs not only finished top 5 in their own scoring, but also top 5 in their opponents' field goal percentage. Not bad.
No, that's excellent. That's the one stat defensively that you tend to look at. Not necessarily points allowed. The field goal defense. How many shots are you challenging? How tough are you making for the opposition? And when you can excel in that area, then you have the ability to dominate, much like the Cavs did all year in that particular area.
And Campbell. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Here are the Lakers. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update, of course.
Kevin, there's no doubt that Kobe Bryant is one of the hardest working superstars in the NBA. He says, I just want to get better. It's fun for me to learn new things. I feel like a kid when I have an opportunity to do that. As long as I play the game, I want to continue to get better. Kevin, his love for the game is what makes him such a gym rat. His passion unsurpassed.
Man, the game's in his veins, don't you think, Doris? It's what he loves. Thank you. Number 1, he's covered by Fisher. Deflects the pass. Lakers lead by 3. Finished off the break. He has 5.
But when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
Number 1, he's covered by Fisher. That's good. Here's Fisher. 5 points in the game. It's dumped off. Campbell backs it out.
He's not necessarily a 5-star athlete, but he's got the length to stuff at home when he gets it inside.
Cleveland has possession. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Hill. Goes up and sends it back. So it's the Lakers now. It's a 5-point game.
Great look ahead up court to set up the easy fast break finish.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Mills with it.
over Oregon.
Mills can't hit. Here's Jones. 7-point differential. Number 14 snatches it inside. Number 1. That will count. The shot is off. And the first half is now in the books. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
It's Thursday, and thanks so much for popping into HP at the half. The Lakers are looking good at the midway point. Precision ball movement. They made some fantastic passes. Derek Fisher's been coming up big. He's got 5 points and has added a couple assists in this one, too. And the Cavaliers, boy, they're putting up a fight. Great ball control offensively. The turnover differential a major advantage right now. And that'll do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us at the half. Now let's get you back out to Kevin, Clark, and Doris. Enjoy the second half, everyone.
The second half just about to get underway. And the Lakers have possession. They lead by 7. For all the hype and glare, Clark, I think maybe most impressive about the Cavaliers' rest record is that they swept the toughest division, arguably the toughest division, the Pacific, 10-0.
Yeah, that's extremely impressive, Kevin. I mean, I don't know how you look at it when you talk about blanking Pacific Division. That's impressive. I mean, if you're going to list the division that you would sweep from last season, I would probably have the Pacific Division last on that list.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, and Hill. Pass to Shaq. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And the first one drops. You know, Clark, I still can't believe that. I mean, 10-0 against that division. I'm not sure when the last time that was accomplished against the Pacific.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, that's saying an awful lot about their performance, given how both of the Western Conference finalists reside in that division. So, I mean, that's extremely impressive when you look at it from that perspective.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
The steal. Releases for 15. Mills can't hit.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Let's check out what Doris Cortez wants.
Kevin Myers got the Cavs' new head coach. Previously, he had been with the Nets for 4 seasons. The Hornets survived and had success with both franchises. The Nets made 2 NBA Finals appearances. The Hornets made the Western Conference Finals. With LeBron leaving the Cavs, Scott said, I don't think this is a rebuilding team. I have to do it a little bit differently, but our mindset is the same. I think I'm the perfect guy for this job. Not sure others would feel the same, gentlemen.
About their chances, that is. Yeah, it may take a while. Thanks, Doris. So it's Cleveland now, trailing by 10. Number 14, defended by Jones. Got a hand on it. And the Lakers have possession. It's a 10-point game. Here's Van Exel. Kept alive. And here are the Cavaliers. Number 14 picks it up. Kersey grabs the ball. 22 seconds left in the third. Jones, and he finishes with a one-handed dunk.
That dunk made a statement right there.
Well, putting on a show, Clark. Such an impressive move. And Cleveland has possession. Poked away. Pass to Hill. Shaq got him. Dumps it off. Mills. For 3. Can't get the board. It's off. Here's Kersey. Up high and down hard. They have now scored 6 unanswered.
Boy, that was nice and easy. But easy is probably just the way he likes it.
Yeah, and the one-hand slam always looked like Clark on the highlight reel. He played through 3 in the double-digit game going on here. Lakers ahead, leading by 14. As fourth quarter gets going, let's sing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Spark Report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Lakers that garners the Sprite Spark today. With their run in the second quarter, they jumped on them early and have continued to hold their ground, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
So it's Cleveland now. They trail by 14. They've got Kobe and Jones. And on court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Shot's good by Mills. Here's the Lakers with the ball. Here's Jones. And Shaq back down. Over Hill. Shaq misses.
Good job hustling here. I mean, making the extra effort. When you're down, you have to do all of the little things, Kevin.
And they do have slight disadvantage on the boards. Number 35. Off from three-point land. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the interception. It's joy to watch.
Cleveland now, time running out. A 12-point game. And here's Mills. A missed three.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
Here's Axel. Scooped up. Puts up the pay hook. And Shaq puts it in. And the Lakers lead by 14.
They're leading by double digits. And I say this game is essentially done.
Shaq against Hill. Number 35. Knocks down the open jumper.
Well, that's a little bit of the European style of play there. When your bigs can hit the mid-range jumper, it can really open things up for everybody else.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Lakers coach as he addressed his team. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes, and we'll be able to go away with the W. Kevin?
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Campbell's check in, and Jerome Kersey's up in for Kobe. Here's Shaq. He's against Hill. Jones. And there's the one-handed jam.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
Number 14, defended by Jones. Hill up top, defended by Shaq. It's blocked. And the Lakers have possession. It's a 14-point game. Here's Van Exel. Off the mark with the three ball. Now Jones. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Shaq.